Steve Domenico in the Room podcast on this fabulous Wednesday evening. I have three huge guests tonight. Three guys coming off big wins and finishes in the last week or two. My first guest is the first time I'm having him on the show. The actual first time I'm talking to him in what we can call in person is Nuridiin Abrar. Sorry, my man. Who is freshly off his spectacular win and finish at Ammo a couple of Saturdays ago, man. He's holding the belt for us right there, man. How you feeling about it, brother? I've been at a couple of your fights, but I didn't make this one. But it was the best fight to date, man. You got some gold around you, man. How you feeling about it?
Feel great, man. Yeah, I've started a couple of my fights. It's been awesome. It's been one hell of a ride. This belt was a long time coming. I was in the last time we were supposed to fight for this one, I was in the sauna in the middle of a weight cut, like 3 more pounds to go. And I get the phone call that everything was shut down for COVID. So it's been a while, long time coming.
Was this the same matchup that you were going to have before the shutdown?
Yeah, it was the same matchup. So we prepared for him for like 8 weeks and then another like 16 weeks. Like I knew the back of a book.
Excellent, my man. Well, I know Brian, man. I've seen him in action. I've seen him at fights. He's got a ton of amateur fights. I don't know if he's still with Connor Berry and that team. I know he was training with them at one point when I saw him fight at Neff. Man, what were you thinking going in? I mean, he has a lot of fights. I mean, his record's not up to par, but the experience in there the kid has, man, it must make you feel well that you perform that great against someone that's been in there so many times.
Yeah, no, definitely. He definitely had a lot of one thing we know about him was his ground game. And regardless of wins and losses or ratio, who we are fighting, we train for each opponent as if we're fighting a UFC level caliber fighter. He does a lot of takedowns and shots, so it can't fight Khabib. It was regardless of the records or for every opponent the same way.
Excellent. Well, during this fight, Brian's known that, more of his jiu-jitsu game as far as, what he wants to do in there. I mean, he clinched you up. It looked like he was trying to get a standing kind of arm triangle in some weird position. He was trying to position to get it. Did you feel was that what he was trying to do there? Or was he just trying to hold on to you and stop the striking game? Because, I mean, dude, you can strike and you're not afraid to mix it up in the pocket.
Oh yeah, I love wars, and I've said it like a million times. I'm always down for a brawl. He had me in a head and arm triangle, and it was surprisingly a lot tighter than I expected. I've never been put in a standing head and arm. I've been put it in on the but yeah, if you watch the footage over, you'll see the ref checking my hand, because for a second I closed my eyes for like 2 seconds, and he came and checked on me, and I gave him the thumbs up. But my coach, Jimmy, was in the corner, and he walked me every step through it, and we got out of it.
Well, when you spoke about closing your eyes, was that just to catch your breath, or split second thought, I'm getting out of this?
Yeah, it was a split second, like a little blink. You know what I mean? It was a slight blink.
Well, dude, right from there, the clinch broke because you got that control back, and you landed a knee. I mean, he tried to land a knee. It looked like a small knee. And then you landed a huge knee to him and put him down and then just grounded and pounded him. That was it.
What's crazy is we practiced that. Although no one recorded it, I was telling my coach, we practiced that same exact sequence in the back like 15, 20 times before going out into the cage. And it was so cool to see it happen. Kind of like remember when Connor fought Aldo, and in the back it showed Connor kind of doing that check hook.
Yeah,
it was very similar to that.
Was that something that you suspected that he would fall for, or is that just something that you were implementing in your game and you wanted to pull it off no matter what he was bringing to the table?
So yeah, like I said, all the footage we watched on Brian, he was a jiu-jitsu guy. He shot from like halfway across the cage, or he'd shoot like consistently. And I have vicious knees, so we decided to take that to my advantage, and we threw a lot of knees. So regardless of whether he shot, I was going to throw that knee. That knee was something I was looking for.
Excellent. Well, it's not the first time I've seen you throw some knees. I mean, like I've said, I've seen you at a couple of fights. Both of your wins, both come from behind win. We'll talk about that at Reality. Probably your toughest fight to date as far as facing adversity. But dude, man, I got a fight, and I didn't even know it was you. I went around looking for footage for you today to like put in some fight stuff. I already had your ammo fight. I had the reality fight, and so I threw your name into YouTube, and my fucking video popped up, like me filming you at a no boundary Muay Thai fight.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I think I used that footage. I like that footage a lot better than the one that No Boundary sent out, actually.
Oh, is that? Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'm a hack, but sometimes the hack footage works. I got it right now. I got the last like 40 seconds of the fight. I'll show it, man. But let's talk about it, dude. You come from a Brazilian jiu-jitsu camp or gym, and you're over here at No Boundary getting in some Muay Thai work, man. Is that something? Would you grow up with as far as your martial arts background?
So I actually didn't do any martial arts until I got to like up to around the age of 18, and I was looking for a boxing gym, and I just happened to walk into Boston Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I decided to sign up for Muay Thai because it's the closest thing I could find to boxing. And it was really cool to see all different limbs, all the 8 different strikes from the body, the elbows, the knees. I was like, this is vicious. I love it. And I did Muay Thai for about 2 years, and my coach Jimmy was like always telling me, put the gi on, try the gi on, and eventually he got me to do it, and we're here where we are now.
Excellent. Well, another fight that I have a little footage. I won't throw all this out too fast, man. I want to spread it around while I have you on. But another fight, the fight we talked about in Reality, you showed your jiu-jitsu game in that fight. You were showing your hands, man. It was in the pocket, blast going back and forth. You got caught a little more in that fight, and in the second round, right off the bat, it looked like I think it might have been he cut you open then, or it might have been the first round, but you went down to the ground, and then your jiu-jitsu kicked in, and we haven't seen much of that except for your first fight. But between that and the Reality fight, it was leaps and bounds in how you progressed on the ground, man. Talk about that. Was that something that you how proud were you about that win?
I was pretty proud. Brent was definitely he was a tough opponent. We knew he had a huge boxing background, and I really wanted to test my striking. There's like a notion that I'm more of a jiu-jitsu guy, and a lot of people called me the jiu-jitsu guy. So I kind of wanted to go out there and strike with them like for a couple of rounds. It probably wasn't the greatest game plan, but I knew once I hit the ground I was comfortable there, so I had that backup plan in my pocket. So and it did have to go to the ground. I didn't want to take it to the ground. I wanted to keep striking with them, but it is what it is, and got the win. But it was definitely, that was a surreal moment. I was definitely proud of that moment, and that triangle was amazing.
It was really good, and even the commentators I get, after you pulled off the finish, that's what jiu-jitsu, like they were really hyping it up. It was really, really cool to see, dude. After watching you strike for a little more, a little over a round, dude. So great win by you. Then what was next after that?
So, like I said, that match I actually won with the triangle, so that the jiu-jitsu guy that rumor was still going around. So I decided to hop on a plane, went down to South Carolina, and I had to capture a Muay Thai belt and kind of prove to the world that I'm not just a grappler, I can strike too.
Excellent. I had some pictures from that. I think I was trying to steal footage from that, but that's I think they go live with that footage and then they take it off or something. But talk about that. What was it? The IKF or something? What was it?
Yeah, the IKF, the International Kickboxing Federation. It's definitely a great tournament. It definitely helped tune my striking up, and preparing for it was awesome. Down south, everything was open. COVID up here was a nightmare. Everything was shut down. So, and I was just itching for a fight. So we managed to find one down in South Carolina. That tournament, prepared for about like a month or so. Just did striking, took a little break from the grappling, and went down there and threw some elbows and some knees and got the W.
Well, that's what it's all about in that kind of, that kind of ring, bro. I know a lot of fighters from, prevalent Muay Thai gyms that they go to a ton of them tournaments. They come away successful, but the experience there, because sometimes you're fighting pros. I think one of our guys fought an MMA Bellator pro or something like that in one of those fights.
Yeah, definitely. The records are definitely something that they don't have like the open classes and novice classes, and the open class can vary from 1 match to 1,000 matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
very similar to an absolute division at a Naga tournament.
Oh, that's it. Well, the experience, bro. Experience, man. So let's get to this latest fight of yours, man. You captured the belt, bro. Man, how'd it feel? I mean, it was the first card back that, got canceled, that you were supposed to have this matchup. Then you trained for all these months, over a year, and you get in there, man. How was the crowd? How was the atmosphere? How was the feeling going in there to fight for that belt?
It was awesome. Steve, let me tell you, I'm itching to get in there. I wanted to fight so bad that I actually thought the fight was a week before, and I started weight cut, and then my coaches were like, no, you still got a week left. So it's like, I was really itching to get in the cage. I was really happy to finally, get back, and it was a hometown crowd. My last 2 other fights were down in South Carolina, and most of those guys are driving in from like North Carolina and stuff, and they got huge crowds. So it was really nice to see a crowd chanting my name and hearing my name all over the place.
Excellent, my friend. I stole some pictures from, I don't know who the photographer was there, but man, I'm sure it was a great night, dude. Did you have any other training partners on the card, or were you solo?
No, we had Crystal was also on there. She fought the girl. You had her on the show, I think, a week before. I forget her name, but that was also an incredible fight. I think it just showed the heart that this academy has, where Crystal came back from a knockdown, a spinning back. So, it just shows the heart that these guys at this academy have.
Excellent. And speaking of Crystal, I was supposed to interview her last Friday about that when there was she had some work issues and the timing just didn't team up. So I'm going to try to get to her this Friday. It's very popular as far as what she does on social media, as far as documenting her fight journeys, her jiu-jitsu journeys, all shit, not shit, but stuff that's very instructional and helps people that have been in it for a while and people that are thinking about getting into it, and especially the women. She's a very ambassador for women's BJJ.
I definitely give her so much props, because when I'm in fight camp, I can't do anything besides train. So I don't know. Also does the whole YouTube thing and everything else. So I give her props. I could not do that along with my training. It would be like too much, but to see her do it was incredible.
What do you do? Sorry, I just turned ourselves up just to see if we have sound. It would have sucked if we went for 20 minutes without fucking sound. You know what I mean? But everything's going all right, man. Hey, dude, the thing about it, I'm sure you get nervous. Of course you get nervous going to the cage, like, something could go wrong. Every time I turn the show on, I think a volcano's going to erupt and the whole thing's going to go to shit. So, 20 minutes, man, that's a goal. We hit the goal, man. We're ready. Actually, we've probably only been on 15 minutes, but dude, what do you do besides, you spoke about that you don't have much time to, do what she does, but what do you do as far as fun outside of fighting when you're not, training?
So I do a lot, actually. I'm an avid runner. I love running, I love running marathons and half marathons. I'm a huge guy into, I just got into the CrossFit community, so I've been doing a lot of that, and I work overnights as a nurse, so it's definitely a lot, but the fighting has always been like my first love, so that's always come first.
A nurse, huh, dude? So
yeah.
So you make you got a good living. It's stressful nowadays, but dude, so you're not a struggling fighter, which is fucking great.
But yeah, which is great. I have a lot. My support team is incredible, and I'm super thankful from my coach, my siblings to parents. So I have an incredible group.
Cool, dude. Cards have opened up everywhere, dude. You fought for Ammo a couple of times. You fought for Premier. You fought for Reality. Reality is just a 2-time-a-year kind of gig. They're waiting for you in January again. Maybe you could capture a belt for them. I don't know who owns it right now, but it might be.
Reality is written in stone. I don't want to announce anything for them yet, but that's in January. So we've been talking with them.
Cool.
But I do want to have something in between now and January, and I tell my coaches and everyone, I want to fight the best guys. I don't want padded records. I don't want some guy that's making his debut. I want, and it looks like Cage Titans and NEF, they seem to have the top lightweights, and I feel like I'm the dark horse of this division, and I really want to go after those guys, especially in Cage Titans and NEF. I want to go after those lightweights, because they're, I guess, considered the best. So I want to test that and put it to the name.
Excellent, man. Well, you have back-to-back cards coming up in the next 2 weeks. You have some people to watch out for. Is there? I'm not positive. I got so much going on in my brain. I don't know what weight classes and positive of what's going on the amateur side. But are there fights that that you heard of that you're looking forward to for whatever the results are? Do you factor in any of these fights in the next couple of weeks about?
Not really. There hasn't been any for Cage Titans and NEF. Both the cards that are coming up, none of the lightweights have really captured my eyes. I really want like those top 10 guys. You know what I mean? I want like I forget some of their names, like Mo Kanani. I want Chris O'Brien. I want those savages, those killers. You know what I mean? Nate Mule, he fights for NEF, I believe. I want those guys. I want to put their organization, Cage Titans, you have to kind of call them the best. So, I want to kind of put that to the test and test myself.
Well, dude, 3 wins in a row, 3 finishes in a row, captured a belt, dude. Your name's out there. When we spoke and I said, come on the show. Well, actually, I put a thing out there asking, does any guests want to come over? I think that's how we connected.
I want to hop on that, because I see a lot of these lightweights that are like top notch. I've seen a lot of these guys on your show, you know what I mean? So I was like, I need to get on this show and kind of get known there.
Well, dude, that's exactly what you said. It's like you're gonna be the I don't know how you put it, but they're gonna remember
the dark horse.
Yeah, they're gonna start knowing who you are now, man, because you got some gold. You got 3 wins in a row, 3 finishes, 3 pretty big organizations on the East Coast, Upper East Coast here, with Reality being a huge one, fighting at fucking where Mohegan Sun. So that's friggin' huge. So
we're gonna be I talked to my coaches and stuff. We're gonna be sending out some messages soon to Cage Titans and NEF. We have a couple names in mind that we're gonna shoot them and see if those guys are available on the next couple cards, not these next 2 cards, but the ones after those, and kind of see if we can get a nice matchup. Hopefully those guys that I mentioned accept the fight.
Excellent. Well, any of these promotions will love to have you on there, dude. You fought for most of them right now, so they know who you are. They know what you've been doing, man. So before I let you go, brother, man, a couple more questions about anyone you want to thank as far as like, coaches, family, anyone in particular by name or anything like that, because dude, you've come a long way since that first fight, man. You lost your first fight, and I believe you lost it on the ground. So you've come a long way as far as, full circle, man. So throw out whoever you want to thank for getting, helping you get that belt around your shoulder there.
Yeah, no, of course. The first fight, the mistake we made was going to welterweight. And first fight, we kind of didn't understand the weight cuts and like kind of where. So it was a little bit disadvantaged there. We decided that the welterweight wasn't my division and the lightweight is my division. So that kind of explains that loss. But I have to give a huge shout out to my coach, Jimmy, man. Jimmy Delfrano. He's the one that got me into this. Without him, even in the fight, when the whole crowd was screaming, I always hear his voice, no matter how quiet it is, you know. And he puts in just as much time, if not more, with helping me, and I have to give him huge props. You know, coming in as a kid that doesn't know anything, he really took me under his wing, kind of showed me the way. You know, he's like the Cus D'Amato to Mike Tyson to me. You know what I mean? He's really done a lot for me.
Excellent, I mean, you're 23 years old, right?
Yeah.
23, friggin', you're a nurse. You're making a great living. You're on a 3-fight winning streak. A ton of cards coming up, bro. You got kind of the New England amateur kind of fighting life by the balls right now, man. You can kind of call your own shots and fight when you want. You don't have to worry about selling tickets and you know any of that stuff, man. So great for you, brother. We're gonna definitely be watching out for you, man. As far as matchups, we're gonna be hearing your name. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Keep an eye out on the next either Cage Titans or NEF, and then you got me in reality for January. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's coming up next.
Awesome, my man. Social media, Nuri, because you are. We're trying to build that up for you so we can watch you there and check out your training for that next opportunity.
Yeah, no, my Instagram is Nacho_Poppy617. My Twitter is at one and only Nerd, and Facebook is my first and last name, Nuridiin Abrar.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, a pleasure talking to you for the, finally getting a conversation with you, man.
Yeah, no, it's definitely awesome finally getting a one-on-one with you, you know.
Yeah, dude, awesome, man. Hey, dude, I'm all over the place, man. Maybe, I'll start, next, when you have something to announce, it's going to be a little while, but I'll come down to the gym. Maybe we'll get something, a chat down there.
You're always welcome, my guy.
Awesome, my man. Remember, I'm all over the jiu-jitsu mats now, watching that shit. I'm everywhere, man. So I'll bump into you, man. We'll be able to hang out, face-to-face one of these times coming up.
Definitely. Looking forward to it.
All right, my man. You have a great night, man. And congratulations on all success, that belt. And, man, positive shit for you for the next few months, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, man. You have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Awesome. Great kid. Great kid. Great kid. All right. Dave, where are you? Let me message Dave, tell him it's his turn. Let me get Nuri's stuff out of here. Get that out of there. Get Dave's text up there. And then he might have an announcement, so I got to leave that text out of there, just in case he does not want me to put it up yet. Because Dave said he was going to announce something, but I'm not sure if he can announce that. So let me tell him it's time for him. So as far as Nuri, the kid's a beast, and he's humble, and he's a really, really good kid, just by what you heard tonight. So kudos to that kid, man. Like I said, he lost his first fight. I think he lost it by rear naked choke, or maybe TKO, but it was more of he lost it on the ground. And he come back 3 in a row. He got a triangle choke, fought through adversity with getting knocked down, and then he comes back and he wins the title after a fucking year and a half training for it with the shutdown. So, all right, David, where are you? Call me. David doesn't do Facebook much, so I'm hoping we get to him. Yeah. Call me now. All right. Dave, where are you? Oh, I forgot I was live. All right, he's calling me right now. Oh, hold on, people. There he is. Hold on, Dave. Let me get your handsome face in here for these people, man. Where are you? There he is. There's the handsome guy. What's up, my friend?
What's up, my man? How we doing?
We're doing great, man. Nice to see you, bro.
It's good to see you too. Looks
Um,
like you're killing it as always.
I had Yuri on. I don't know if you know him, or
I
seen him.
actually
Or
watched his fight.
oh,
Yeah, I watched his fight at Ammo, and kid's a stud.
excellent, my man. What happened here? We went blurry. I'm going live on Instagram too, kind of hack way. I'm just showing like but it's cool. I mean, people. I don't,
That's
people.
I was watching you actually. It was on IG Live.
Oh, how did it sound? Could you hear it and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, it was perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
perfect.
yeah, man. Dave, I got like 7 hands in here. I'm like hitting fucking buttons and shit, man. I just wanted to show people that there's not a monkey in the corner doing it for me. It's all me, man.
No, there's just a spider monkey on the screen.
Dude, man, I didn't know anything about this fight that you had recently, dude. You kind of go stealth. Like I don't know if it was late notice, if you just showed up, you were going to see someone else fight, and you just said, "Hey, I'll jump in there." What happened? How did you book this fight, and where the hell was it?
Yeah, I was looking for a fight after I fought in May in South Carolina and picked up that AMI title. And I was looking for a fight. Ammo didn't really. I was talking to Ammo. Nothing really panned out. And my coach just hit me up one night. He was like, "Hey, you want to fight July 31st in New York City, Queens, New York?" And I was like, "Absolutely." Yeah, I can't say no to a fight. So we booked a fight. We booked it against a very tough wrestler out of New Jersey. Kid was super game. Ended up coming away with a unanimous decision. It was definitely a grind of a fight. Good experience. I think I faced a level of wrestler since Mitch until this kid. And, I think New England and the Northeast is definitely going to hear about Kareem in the next few years. He's young and definitely a little green, but the kid was very, very tough. So it was a good experience. We fought for Extreme Cage Fighting. It's Chris DeFries who runs that promotion out in Queens, New York. And it was sanctioned by ISKA, so it was the rules for me were a little bit weird. I couldn't ground and pound to the head, which is took away definitely some of my weapons in the fight. Had to wear shin guards as well, which was a first for me. I'm going from fighting in
Yeah.
6 to 8 ounce gloves and nothing else and getting kicked in the head to wearing shin guards. It was a change of pace for me, but it was a good experience for sure.
Excellent. Well, that could explain why I went on, Tapology and stuff. They don't have the fight up there because, like you said, it's a different rule set. Does that go towards your amateur record in some way?
It does. No, it was 100% sanctioned mixed martial arts fight.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tapology just was asking for a bunch of stuff that I don't have. Like they wanted like an official card or I don't know. So it didn't really matter to me at that point, I got the win. So, and it's updated on your guys' site. So big shout out to Travis for always helping me out, man. I reach out to that guy and he snaps on it immediately. So big shout out to you guys over at New England MMA. It's huge help.
Excellent, man. I didn't even go on around our own website to find the fucking fight. That's how pathetic I am. And we have it. Fucking kudos, guys. I love my team. What the fuck, Dave? You just busted me just now, motherfucker. So, hey, brother. Man, a lot of shit going on as far as, fights and matchups and stuff. And, you're getting busy, dude. You came out of the gate. You and Nate Russell went down. I don't remember where it was, but you both went and beat people up in the home turf. Came away with your hands raised, man, as a dynamic duo, man. Talk about the progression from that fight to this fight. Was there anything that you changed up as far as training camp, or you just keep getting better from fight to fight?
The changes happened before this year, man. You started to see it a little bit in 2019, me coming into my own. And then 2020 hit, kind of put a damper on things, but that change was really happening. And when 2020 was kind of rough for a lot of people, it was actually probably the best thing that happened to me, man. I took a step back. I really got my life in order outside of the cage. Ended up changing camps, working with some new coaches. I've been training my jiu-jitsu with Matt Briers, Oz Frazier, and Kenny Catrona over at Jiu-Jitsu and Strength Academy in Cromwell, Connecticut for probably about 5-6 years already now. Got my purple belt there, got my brown belt there this year. And then the big change was going back to them a lot more, and then moving up my whole MMA camp to Fighting Arts Academy, working with Coach Jeremy Lubashewski, who's completely changed me as a fighter, man. I have amazing training partners up there, as well as I do down in Cromwell. I'm in the cage nightly with guys like Tip Flores and Nate Russell, so I'm getting my ass kicked by some of the best guys in New England that you can. And so when you put me in the cage with these other kids, it's nothing like a sparring night at FAA.
Speaking of Tim, he just I just saw today he signed to fight for Premier, correct?
Right. Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you just got off a fight. You're going to be helping him get ready for a fight, dude. We'll talk a little further about what's ahead for you, man. But this is second fight that you've gone to another neighborhood and took their kind of glory, dude. Are you starting to like going into the hostile hometown crowd and spoiling the party? Is that something that thrives you, or you want to fight at home next? What's going on?
That was a good experience to me. I think I needed to experience that in my amateur career, right? As you progress along, you see it in the big shows all the time. These guys make the jumps to the UFC, Bellator, and they're just out of their element. They haven't traveled out of their home states or their home region. They stay within the comfort zone. This was a big opportunity for me to kind of travel the East Coast and get some real experience in fighting. I never had to do a fight week where I was in a hotel from the Wednesday before the fight to the Saturday. That was a big change for me. Going into New York, I was definitely in enemy territory. That was not my promotion, and same in South Carolina. South Carolina, even more so. I was definitely brought down there to lose. So those were it's invaluable experience to gain. And I thought that, to be honest with you, staying in New England would have been a detriment to me for a little while. I think that I needed to find that place again where I was uncomfortable. I've definitely grown very comfortable competing within New England, having my fans here, my crowd, my people. So going away into enemy territory was a good experience for sure.
Excellent, my man. One time you didn't do it alone. You had, Nate with you, that, a training partner there. Dude, same weight as you, man. So, we'll talk about that because you guys are training at the same place. He's got a huge fight coming up. I don't know what's ahead of him after that fight. You, dude, you're killing it out there. But this fight, I think you fought at 130 pounds. Did you fight a little heavier at this fight, right?
I did. I fought at 130. They asked for 130, my opponent, and I definitely obliged. That was. I got a little extra sushi. I mean, I was in great shape, but I was definitely at the all-you-can-eat sushi spot a week before the fight, no problem. So that was nice.
Excellent. Well, at Nate being the same weight, he is fighting for the Cage Titans championship that you were in line for. Another kind of, I mean, it's not bad for the same gym to have two guys that are going for, the Cage Titans late flyweight title.
Yeah.
But Nate's going after it now, man. Does that bump you kind of somewhere else as far as, do you, you know what I mean? Are you looking to stay at flyweight? Are you looking to go up? What is your future as far as where you want to be?
No, I'm definitely a flyweight, man. Another big change over the last 2 years is I drastically changed my diet and my lifestyle outside of martial arts. It's very rare that I have any drinks of alcohol, to be honest with you. That was a problem outside of camps. I was indulging in the beers a little bit too much. I would get a little fat, and Believe me, it looks good. It looks good to me. Don't worry.
It's cold, Dave. It's real cold too. Sorry.
So that was a big change, and I had done it during camps, but I changed over to an intermittent fasting lifestyle where I consistently stay on my fasting. I stay on the same diet year round. So when I do cheat, it literally doesn't. I was up at the Cape for the last 4 days, and I ate fried food, I ate ice cream and cookies, and I'm within 10 pounds of my fight weight. So, that's been a big changeover for me as well. So I'm definitely a flyweight. I got the opportunity in South Carolina to fight for the title, even though Nate was the higher ranked guy. and truth be told, should have been given that opportunity. He wanted a top guy. He wanted Poirier. He wanted the Cage Titans title. That's my brother. He's a big reason why I ended up at FAA. It's his. Go get it, man. I'm super excited, and I actually think I'll be there in his corner for the fight. So that'll be awesome.
That was my next question. Will you be there? If you're not in his corner, will you be there anyway as support?
I wouldn't miss it. My family lives on the Cape. I spend a lot of time on the Cape in the summer, and I would not miss that kid's fight for anything. That's, like I said, that's one of my brothers. So, I'm very excited to see him go compete. I know there's a lot of hype around Poirier. I know he's very talented. I've done a lot of studying on him myself. We were supposed to fight back in 2019 for the title. But yeah, man, it's going to be a cracker of a fight, and I think Nate's going to open some serious eyes in New England.
Excellent. Well, where does this kind of leave you as far as in the New England area? We want to have you back here. I mean, you want to make money, you want to sell tickets, you want to sponsors around the area. So Dave needs to fight here. He needs to get the name back flowing in here, because some fighters around this area have forgotten who you are or don't know who you are, Dave. I love the banter between fighters, and it went with you and Joe when you were faced against him.
It wasn't even Joe. I've had all the respect for Joe the whole time, and there wasn't too much disrespectful things said back and forth. I mean, there was a little shit talking on Facebook. That wasn't anything. It was more his buddy that was just, when we did that interview, Joe barely spoke, man. His buddy just talked the whole time, dude. And I went and looked up that kid's record. He's 1-2. He beat a guy that was 0-1 and never fought again. And then he fought Dion, and he fought one of my best friends in the world, Addison O'Neill, and Addison broke his arm. That kid shouldn't have been talking. I don't know why he was. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for Joe. But the other kid can go kick rocks.
Awesome. As far as Nate is the number one flyweight in New England, captures this title. I don't know what is ahead. I mean, I know he took time off and all that other stuff, but this will be 2 fights in a row back at Cage Titans, fighting for that title that he fought for in 2016 against Richie Santiago. So I think the next step for Nate would be to make some money and get paid for a fight, as far as the pro rank. So I wish him well. I'll be at that fight. And, it's going to be a great fight. I love Joe. I love Nate. They're both great competitors, great people. We got, I don't want to say Nate's old, but, we got young against old as far as the time in this cage. So
yeah,
it's a great matchup for Cage Titans. It's going to say a lot about the division, whoever comes up with their hand raised here. But as far as you, Dave, let's get back to you.
Yeah.
What is, I don't know if you have beans. I don't know if you have things in the work, what you could talk about, but what are you looking for? What's going on with Dave as far as his next, your next step?
So, I can talk about it.
You can't?
I can't. No, I can.
All right.
Yeah. I got the okay. So, I was on a 4-fight win streak. I got 2 finishes in my last 4. And I was supposed to fight for the Premier FC title originally. My opponent had fallen out, and it was time to reassess things at that time. I took a step back, and I talked to a really strong promotion in the Northeast in the past, and decided it was time to make the jump to be a professional flyweight. So I just posted on Instagram a few minutes ago me signing a contract for September 17th in downtown Hartford for CES MMA, where I will be making my professional debut.
Awesome, my man. That's the right text I have, too. I just flashed it up. I didn't know, if I could say, but I put it up there, man. Congratulations, dude. You're on a huge card making your pro debut. There's going to be tons of other fighters that are friends of yours that you've trained with that are going to be on the card, that are on the card now. Matt Bissett with the biggest fight in New England history going down there. And now you're making your pro debut, bro. Man, what's going on with you, man? As far as you posted it, did you have time to look at anyone saying anything, or
My phone hasn't stopped going off since I posted. For me, this is amazing, man. I said 10 years ago when I was 21 years old and I first found MMA that I was going to be a professional fighter. And most people looked at me sideways like I was insane. And here we are. We made it. We did it. And now the real hard work starts, you know. Amateurs was hard work, but the real work starts now. So, you know, I'm ready. Hartford is my home city. I was born in Hartford. The venue that the event is taking place at, I grew up 2 miles away from. I live 2 miles away from that venue now. I pass it every single night on the way home from the gym. This is my city. Like, there's guys on this card that you're like, this is my home city. Kinda, yeah, for sure. And they're CT guys, and I rep them all the way. But this literally is my city. I was born and raised there. I used to work in downtown Hartford. When I was 21 years old, when I first started training, I was hitting all the bars in downtown Hartford. You know, so this is my home spot. I'm gonna have a lot of fans there, man. I'm looking to pack this place out. So anybody who's watching this, tickets will be in this Friday. Hit me up. I will drive all over God's green earth to drop tickets off to you guys and make sure that every single Spider Monkey fan is in that building making noise.
Excellent, man. It's going to be great to see that poster come up, with you on it. I don't know who the opponent is. I mean, it's beans can't be spilled that quick yet. We'll have another one-on-one interview down the road about the matchup. But man, congratulations, bro. Man, we you and I've known since you fought with Mitch. You know what I mean? We've hung out after fights, man. One time I just bumped into you, I think at Bellator or somewhere, and you were Addison carrying a fucking pizza. I ended up fucking, Carlos Candelario was with you too, I think.
That was in the Puff Daddy suite that I saw.
Yeah, you had this fucking suite, dude. It was like, I felt like I was in like the Hollywood or something. I was like, fucking Dave, you made it. It was dude, I would imagine Hartford's probably going to be something like that as far as being pampered and having a nice place to hang out while you're getting ready for that fight.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah. We'll have something good for after to celebrate, But,
definitely.
I try not even to focus on that stuff. I got one goal in mind, man. I'm gonna go pick up my first professional win September 17th, and I'm looking to do it in devastating fashion. I've grown so much as a fighter. I came into the sport as a jiu-jitsu guy with not much else. And if you look at my last few fights, I'm definitely turning into a little bit of a striker. I got power in both my hands. I rocked the kid in my last fight with my left hand. I've knocked 2 dudes out with my right hand now, So I got power in both my hands, I got power in my legs, and I got a dangerous ground game. So I'm looking to make a statement for CES and show the promotion that, I might not be here for a long time. I'm 31 years old, but while I'm here, I'm going to put on some fucking wars. Win, lose, or draw, every CES fan is going to know my name, and they're going to want to buy tickets to my fight. I guarantee it.
Excellent, my man. Man, proud of you, bro. Dude, man. Couple of fights against Mitch, and then after that, there was no stopping you, man. That could be something that happens down the line. You two guys could meet up again. Sometime that would be fucking pretty awesome to happen. But right now, we're trying to get 2 of our New England guys to the next level. So we'll wait until the next level for that to happen, if it ever does, man.
That's right. Like I was going to say, I got a lot of respect for Mitch, man. And those 2 fights gained a lot of experience for me. That was a good test early on, and I don't want any more Portuguese on Portuguese crime, man. I fought 2 Portuguese kids in my first 3 fights. Let me rep that Portuguese flag and beat some other dudes up, And then if me and Mitch both make it into the UFC or Bellator, ONE FC, PFL, maybe we'll see each other down the line. But till then, man, I wish that kid the best of luck. He's absolutely killing it.
Excellent, man. You have a lot of options, kid. I mean, we see CES is a huge option right now, but making your pro debut for them, that is blasting you off for all them promotions you just named to get you some work down the line, man. So last thing, Dave, shout outs, how we get in touch with you, because tickets go on sale, like you said. You're going to probably have T-shirts, everything going on. So throw it out there, throw your gym, throw anything you want to throw out there before I let you get going, man.
Definitely. So first, I want to thank Lou Serrano, Pat Sullivan, Jimmy Birchfield Sr., Jimmy Birchfield Jr. You guys, thank you so much for the opportunity. I've been watching CES forever. It's where I want to fight in New England. You guys put shows on in my backyard, so I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to make my professional debut and make my dream come true in my home city. So to those guys, thank you so much. And you guys won't regret it, I promise you. Check me out on Instagram. It's the only social media I have now. I got rid of my Facebook. It got to be a little too crazy on there for me. So check me out, Spider Monkey BJJ16. Hit me up for tickets for this fight. They're going to go fast. It's going to be a packed show. Like you said, Mappaset's headlining in a huge fight. You know,
I'm sure, Carlos Candelario might be back. It's 8 weeks away. I mean, there's, even though we had a 3-fight, a lot of these names that we just saw, local guys, could be back on this card.
Most definitely. So the card's going to be absolutely stacked, and obviously CES always puts on stacked cards. So you guys don't want to miss this in Hartford. And shout outs to my coaches in my gym and my training partners, man. Fighting Arts Academy, Jiu-Jitsu and Strength Academy, Jeremy, Coach Matt, Coach Oz, Coach Kenny, Coach Scott, all my training partners. This is how this has come to be, man. If I didn't have any of those people around me, I wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't even be fighting. So much appreciated to all you guys.
Awesome, my man. Well, dude, I'll see you in a week and a half at Cage Titans, man. For that huge fight, dude. We'll hang out. We'll do our thing. And then, we'll get ready for getting ready for your next adventure on the September 17th, bro. 2 days after my birthday. So I'll hold off on my birthday on the 15th so you and I can have one special beer after the fight on the 17th.
We'll definitely have some drinks.
All right, my man. Dave, thanks a lot, man. Love talking to you, man. You and I joke on social media about everything as far as, the fighting. And man, you're 31 as you spoke, man. We've been around the block. We know, we know the game and how it's played kind of. And you're playing it well, bro. You're playing it really well.
I appreciate it, brother.
You have a good night, man.
You too, man. Thank you always for the platform. I truly appreciate it.
Take care, bro.
You too. See ya.
Oh, wrong thing. Well, there you go. Dave Durao making his pro debut for CES MMA September 17th in Hartford, Dave's hometown. Dave's town. Just like he said. Dave's town. So awesome. I'll see Dave at Cage Titans on the 28th. Let me get this out of here. Let me message Connor Berry. Connor Berry. Oh, all right. So he's ready to go. Call me. I'm going to tell him, call me now. Call me now. Connor Berry's ready to go. Fucking love Connor Berry. All right. Let's see if this works. We're rolling on. Oh, there it is. Fuck, man. This show is rolling along. Rolling along. Where are you, Connor? Where's that handsome face of yours? There he is. Hold on. Let me get
Hey.
Hey, what's up, my man? There you are.
What up, brother?
Let me make you bigger so everyone can see you, man. Dude! Oh, wait, you're way too big. Hold on. I gotta fix this.
Too big?
I'm going live on Instagram, too, so people can see all my fuck-ups in the back. Like,
Fuck yeah.
Dude, man, how you feeling, bro? Nice cast, man. You didn't even get a hard cast we could sign? Was that just a makeshift cast for now? What's going on?
Yeah, this is so they gave me a Are we live, by the way?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
This is like a splint, and they bandaged it all up. But I got this thing all taken off on Friday, actually, and they're removing all the stitches. And then I get put in another cast that should be a little bit smaller than this.
Will it be a hard? Will it be a hard? And how about will it be waterproof too, so you can swim or take a shower?
Yeah, I believe it'll be like a. I'm not sure actually, but I believe I'll be able to take it off for like showers and shit like that.
Oh, cool, man.
So I think it'll be more like a brace or something than like this hard shell.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about what they did and the outlook as far as time and recovery with that, man. What they have to do, and what are we looking at as far as recovery time and your timeline here?
So you get to see the X-ray, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna I'll put it on right now as you're talking. I got like that 9-second little video of you. I don't know if that's when you broke your hand. We'll talk about that. But I have I have the picture along with it, so I'll play that as you're talking about it. So tell us what they did there.
So basically, I have like probably a scar. I haven't even seen what it looks like yet, because this has been on the whole time. I haven't been able to take it off. It's just fucking driving me nuts. But it's probably like 6 inches, 7 inches or so. They put 8 screws in the fucking thing, so there's a hell of a lot of screws through my my radial bone. And then they put like this plate that like it's a weird looking plate. It almost looks like fucking anal beads or something.
Oh, that's awesome. Like you see them a lot. Like that's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they stuck it in me forever, dude. So it's not coming out. It's staying in there. I'm part titanium now.
Awesome. Well, you'll be lighter in there anyway. You go back to 155.
Yeah. Nice and reinforced, man.
So, dude, man, as I just showed some fight footage, I stole this footage off Knights MMA. Your guys over there, they had it on Instagram. I took it. Theirs blew up. Mine blew up on there. And then I cut little pieces here and there just to show kind of the break and what I thought maybe you did it. When did you actually break the arm as far as in that fight?
So I looked into it. It was probably like a minute and 30 seconds in, maybe even a little bit longer than that. I threw, and to be fair, it serves me right, because if that landed, that would have fucking really hurt, you know. Shit, man. He did like he had a decent block, and I was just throwing an overhand right. I kind of got carried away. Like my striking was kind of like I was kind of landed like almost everything, to be honest. Yeah. You know, I was like throwing all these setups and like landing, and I was like, after a while, I was like, man, I'm landing fucking everything. Like, why don't I just like unload and just throw some bombs on him, you know?
Let's end this. Let's end this fight.
Yeah, like he didn't really move his head much, and he didn't really move his feet too much either. So he was kind of a stationary target, I guess. And I just kind of saw an opportunity to kind of like swarm in, and I just have that little switch in my mind that just like is like that little kill switch, you know? And
yeah, we see.
And I just turned it on, and I started throwing some fucking bombs at him. And I just remember I felt like this zing. It was like a nerve thing, and it went all the way through my neck and my shoulder, and it like and I knew I did something at the time. I didn't really know what it was, and at the time I didn't even really think twice about it. You know, I was kept going. I still threw my right hand a couple times after that, throwing punches, and before I realized it was probably a bad idea. Then I ended up just getting a takedown. I got a nice double leg off the cage afterwards. And like when we were on the ground, I went over and I looked at it, and I could see it fucking smashed, you know, like it wasn't quite like bent off or anything at the time, but it started, like, I don't know if you can see my hand here, like my hand was almost at like an angle like this way through here, and I saw the break, and I kind of noticed that nobody else noticed or saw it, and I didn't show any signs that would like show that I'm hurt, so I was kind of playing it off like I was fine. And to be fair, like the dude I was fighting, like he was tough, like he took a lot of heavy shots, man, and you know, like a lesser man would have given in before, or
yeah,
you know,
exactly, dude.
He took some big shots, and he wasn't. I mean, to be fair, like he wasn't really good, but he was tough as hell.
Yeah, exactly, man. He was fucking taking.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were like, when is this gonna end? Like what is keeping this dude up over here, man.
I know, man.
Now, when you were on the ground or you ended up getting that double leg, is that where the fight stayed at that, or did it come back up on the ground, up on the feet, or did it stay on the ground from that point when you knew your arm was fucked?
From what I remember, I got the first double leg, and he was doing some of the right stuff on the ground. So I just decided, at first I elected to just kind of go right back up standing. So I actually just got up out of his half guard. I saw like, hey, you know what? It'd probably be a better opportunity for me to just finish on the feet here, you know, and just take a knockout, because I felt like my striking was just far better. And why even give up anything, you know, at that point? So I didn't want to even risk anything. So I got up, and then I started throwing again, and that was the time where I broke it the second time. And then I took him down, and after that, then I was like, I need to keep him on the ground here. You know, I have one arm, you know, and you know, I tried doing some things with it. Like, I remember him grabbing it too. At one point, he grabbed it, like he had wrist control on it, and I had to get my arm out, but I didn't really have a fucking arm at the time.
Well, not only are you trying to finish this fight, you're trying not to get the fight called, because if that ref sees
if he saw it, it's over. Yeah,
exactly. The fight's over. You beat the shit. I mean, this isn't the first time it happened, Connor. I mean, you beat the shit out of someone else. And you ended up getting a loss out of it. So, I mean, man, was that going through your head like, fuck, man, they, like you said, like, I'm virtually killing this guy right now, and they can end this fight for me.
Yeah, that was really, I actually started, honestly, it kind of brought me into like an almost state of panic at the time where I knew what I had to fucking do, you know, like I just, I said, hey, I got to finish it right fucking now, because if it goes into the second round, like they might just call it, you know, and it would fucking suck. Like, you know, I've had losses like that where I've done everything that I thought I could do right, and the sport's fucking total chaos, man. You know, it's like that's kind of what it comes down to. Like, no matter who you're fighting, when you're fighting, like. Anytime you go in there, you have that fucking risk of getting really hurt, you know, and I guess it just fucking shows you, like, right off the bat, like, you know, nothing here is like nothing's guaranteed, you know. There's nothing guaranteed at all. Everything's fucking chaos, and you know, it's like, you know, we try to do everything right to get to the big leagues. You know, if something like this happens on the big leagues and it gets stopped, like, you know, not that big of a deal, like, because we're in the big leagues and we got to where we need to go. We get paid for it, and we get compensated well, and everybody has insurance, you know, and they take care of shit. But, you know, like, all like the local level shows, man, it's tough. It's tough because the fighters, you know, typically don't get compensated very well for the risk that we go in there to do. And like, no matter what, whether the guy you're fighting is like 30-0 or 0-30, you know, it's every time you go in there, it's still that same risk, and you're putting your body on there, and to get paid like, I don't know, a couple $100 for it is just not, it's not worth it, you know. It's I don't know. It's kind of one of those things, man.
Well, my friend, it was a long time coming to get to this fight. I mean, you were heading to weigh-ins or the day before weigh-ins when this fight, not this particular fight, but when you were supposed to fight for Ammo, their last card before everything went to shit. Man, finally getting in there. I mean, you finally got in there. What was the feeling like? You had training partners, dudes that you train, team on the card with you. Man, how'd it feel? How'd it feel to actually get back into fighting? And then, you know, after we talk a couple of questions, I just want timeline on your arm, and you know what
of course.
But as far as the fight night itself, man, you had your team was representing well there, right?
Oh yeah, dude, that was a fucking blast. I had probably one of the best times I think ever at any MMA fights that night. It was it was surreal, man. It was fucking so cool, man. I got to, I sold a shitload of tickets, so I had like a little pull around there, which is nice. I actually, I made a pretty good business call going into it, and I forfeited my purse for, so I said I'd fight for no purse and just give me a higher percentage of ticket sales. And I made more money off of this fight than any other fight I've ever fought, and I fought really tough dudes. I've had a lot, probably together between amateur and pro fights. Now I've had like 18 cage fights, and I've never been paid as well as I did just by hustling for myself, just selling tickets, and Bill from Ammo gave me a good deal where we worked it out, and I had a good ticket percentage, and it just kind of goes to show me that like it ain't about like that quick buck, it's like if you can sell yourself, man, it doesn't matter where I'm fighting, like it doesn't matter what I'm doing, even, like I could even just be playing my drums in my band, dude, and sell a bunch of tickets, dude, and I can make money off of that, and that's great, my supporters and my friends and fans are like the best in the world. I couldn't, I would be nothing without them. So
Tons of them, dude. I mean, you train, you coach fighters as far as going into that cage. Man, how'd the team do?
Yeah.
How'd the team do as far as wins and losses?
The team did great. We went 2 for 2 for the day, between all 4 of our guys. It worked out really good. Initially, we were just matching our guys up with Bill, just talking about it, and I wasn't even I wasn't sure that I was even going to fight. I didn't really, I wasn't, it wasn't really like a big thing for me. I wasn't like, it just kind of popped up, and it was like, all right, whatever, like might as well get back in there and just kind of show my students how like fight camp goes, and kind of like lead by an example, like when we're in the locker rooms and we're all fighting together and they're fighting with their coach, and and I'm in there going through the same shit that they're going through at the same fucking time, so I think it made it like maybe a little bit easier mentally for all of us, really. And we had such a fucking awesome crew there. I mean, between the 4 of our guys, like there was probably like, I don't know, 300 people there just for us, and the crowd was unbelievable, man. When I got to walk out, it was like the fucking coolest shit ever, because I asked around, and I legit got like probably 75 of my guys to come out and walk out with me, dude. It was like a fucking scene out of Street Fighter, dude. It was like the coolest shit ever, dude. If there's some videos and shit of it, but it was just being there and feeling all that energy, dude, and having like legit probably like 50 to 75 people like walking out with me, like walking right out to the cage with the lights, and I've never had an event like that, everybody was there, like all my friends, like, and to be able to walk out to the cage with all of them, like my brother, and like all my tight friends, my good friends, like even people just from the gym, it was fucking unbelievable.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, man, you have all these people behind you. You gained so many more with just the beast mode that you were in to finish that fight with that arm like that no one knew.
Oh yeah,
dude. Let's talk about it. You talked about the operation, what they did there, man. What's the prognosis? What's the timeline here, dude? Martial arts is your life. I mean, coaching is your life.
Yeah.
You could still do that without actually getting on the mat. You could still, direct and but you're an active MMA fighter looking to the next level. So you got to look out for yourself as far as your fighting career. Also, man, what's going on with the arm? What are we looking at as far as timeline on the shelf? And when can you, expect to see you again, maybe?
So it's looking like it's going to be a couple months right now off the bat. I'm doing PT for the first like 4 months, I think. And after the 4 months or so, I should be ready to get back into training, man. And I'll probably get a little antsy before then and everything, but with I mean, I had 3 years off basically before this fight, so you know, it's. I think one of the things with fighters that we don't really take into consideration a lot is you know, when you have all these fights a year and you do all this shit, like you don't have this downtime and you put yourself into fight or flight like all the fucking time, you know, like no matter what, like you got a fight in there, like that's all you're thinking about. So I'm kind of, I want to say I'm kind of done with the days where I fight 4 times a year. You know, I think it's just such a imbalance with like your actual life and like your mental health. You know, just being like you can't ever fucking relax.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta always watch your diet and all this shit, and it takes a lot of fun out of it, and I don't want to have like that relationship with the thing. Like this is my outlet, you know, this is like the thing that makes my fucking life enjoyable, you know. And the second that I start hating it, like why the fuck am I gonna do it? We don't get paid, you know.
Exactly.
If you don't like what you're doing, and if it's fucking your life up, then why are you doing it, you know?
And
it should be making your life better and not worse, you know. And I tell that to all my students. A lot of people, a lot of fighters will go on and they'll just keep going on and their life will get so much worse, man, you know. We've seen it all. I mean, you've seen it, I've seen it, you know, those guys that just they won't quit and they're too tough for their own good, and then, you know, then next thing you know, like they either tarnish their legacy, you know, like it might be a guy like McGregor, you know, where, hey, dude, if I was McGregor, I would have quit after Mayweather or something. You know, you have all your money. What are you doing it for? You know, and I don't know. You know, it's just kind of finding your way through it, and really, when it comes down to it, all we're trying to do is trying to get in, get paid, get what we're like, get some glory, get some fame out of it or whatever, and then get out with it as much intact as you can.
Excellent,
you know?
man. Well, I talked to a couple of one person. He wanted me to ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a couple more, but this question has to do with out of the cage, out of training in general. Dude, you play drums in a fucking band that you're playing out.
Yeah.
You guys are actually playing gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Peter McLeod, man, you guys were hired. You know, you're telling me, you know, that you got the drums and the band at the gym. You guys like jam afterwards and shit like that. What's this do to you? Do we pull off a Def Leppard, one-arm drumming? What's going on with you?
Dude, I was just fucking talking about Def Leppard like 30 minutes ago. It's funny you brought him up. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do, man. Honestly, a lot of drumming, especially my electric kit is nice because it's kind of compact, just like yours.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be like reaching around. And to be fair, my shoulder's fine. So they gave me a sling, but I came out of the sling like the first day. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna be back drumming, dude. The second that I get this fucking shit off, dude. We've been really active, dude. We've been doing a lot of band practice, man, and it's like it's another passion of mine too, and you know, like an outlet, like I'm saying, you know, like we're fighting, like when I go fucking ham on fighting, and that's all I'm doing, like when I'm in the gym for like 40 hours a week or something like that, like, which is not an exaggeration. Fucking. It takes a lot out of your mind, you know, and you just want to do a little something different, and it gives you a good outlet just to kind of just to like flow a little bit, you know.
Another way to express yourself too, man.
Yeah,
you
absolutely, absolutely.
I mean,
and it's so fucking fun, man. Like playing gigs is like, you know, it's just a surreal experience, dude. It's just like fighting. It's like you have all your friends, your family, like fans and shit there. Like it's the same thing. You got to perform. You got to be on your fucking A game. Like you can't be slacking off. You can't be drinking and doing crazy shit.
Yeah, and dude, you know that feeling when they dig you. It's like, you know, I haven't been in there in the cage and had my hand raised, but that hair that stands up on the back of your neck.
Yeah, that's it.
You're entertaining these people. It's you. And you're just like, my God, they're doing this for me. Like I must be pretty good at this if they're liking it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like a fucking blast, dude. It's a dream come true to me, honestly. Before I wanted to be a fighter, I wanted to be a drummer. That was like my number one thing. I practiced drums for hours every day, dude. I'd be like, that was my craft, was drumming. And it's kind of funny, dude. Like, I got that kit like maybe a year or so ago, and nowadays, like, just through martial arts and through my school and Knights MMA and Defensive Edge and SLS Fitness, all these people that I'm at, I meet all these new people and just have these connections with other musicians, and we'll jam, or we'll just kind of trade things. Like, maybe a good friend of mine, he's teaching me bass, and I was just trading him jiu-jitsu lessons, So I teach him some jiu-jitsu,
awesome.
He teach me some bass, and we just had a nice little barter system, man. And,
awesome, man.
It's awesome, dude. I love all art, really, and I like just being able to express myself.
Excellent, man. Last couple of questions, bro. We got a few cards coming up. A lot of Amis just getting active. Any of your fighters working on something? You got anybody, fighting locally in the next month or two? Because, we got Cage Titans, we got Premier, we got Neff next week. I don't think you have anyone fighting there. But any guys getting ready for some shit happening down the road?
So there are a few people we got working on some things. We have George Demers. He just won by knockout, like 20 seconds in his fight for ammo. We're trying to get him. Tyler O'Dari is another one of our students over here, and he had a fight, right? And we'll talk about it for a second, because it kind of nobody talked about it afterwards. But his opponent showed up 11 pounds overweight. And Tyler was like, I obviously he's my guy. I'm gonna make sure he makes weight. Like, we're gonna be professionals about it. If you're representing our team, like, we have to follow suit, right? So he came in at 152 pounds, and then his opponent comes in at 166.5 or something like that, right? And the whole time we're like, we can't fucking let this fight happen. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we have to pull it. And Tyler, obviously, I mean, he sold tickets, and he's a tough kid, and he wanted to take it anyways. Yeah. But all of us coaches were saying no, like all this shit. And the kid comes up, and he takes like $700 of cash out and gives it to Tyler and says, "Can you take the fight?" And we kind of all just looked at each other and we're like, this is fucking weird, man, huh? This is like really weird shit. And he gave it to Tyler. Tyler took the fight, and like, next thing you know, like, I mean, the kid kind of, he beat him. I mean, he beat him on the ground. He kind of like got like a good position, and kind of stayed in these positions for the 3 rounds. But he was like flipping our guys off after the cage and shit like that, and just kind of, it seemed like he's being real disrespectful, especially coming in that far overweight, and us doing him a favor of taking the fight. Yeah. So we want that fight. We want a little. We want to get that one back. So we're gonna try to give that kid to George Demers for the next ammo show, which would be awesome if he can take it.
Excellent, man. So George is what? Is this going to be at a different weight class, or?
Yeah, George is a 170.
Okay.
And Tyler is really a 145er, and he was going to do 155, and still took the fight at 160.
Yeah, this kid comes in as almost a welterweight or whatever. He was most likely a fucking small middleweight by the time he got in the cage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Basically, dude. And like, no shit, you win because you cheated, and I guess, to be fair, Tyler told me that he was like, he was being respectful afterwards, but I wasn't there for that. All I saw was what had happened with the being overweight, with him flipping the crowd off afterwards, and
that's all you
need.
That's all you need to see.
And yeah, and I didn't think it was good sportsmanship, and if it was my fighter, I would have made him either apologize or kicked him out. I wouldn't let that shit happen in my school, dude.
Well, it's kind of weird. Maybe he had a lot of money on that fight. That's what I mean. Like, to pay you $700 to get the fight.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he had something riding on that fight. Either he had a bet with people who was going to flip you guys off. Like, there was something staged as far as his antics.
It was something really weird, man. I never, like, as an amateur fight, I told Tyler, I said, hey, you know, like, as an amateur fight, you'll never make $700 fucking bucks. You know, I was like, most pros don't even make $700 bucks. Like, so I was like, Tyler, like, honestly, like the guy doesn't seem dangerous. I don't think you're gonna get hurt. You know, it's just that he has all his weight on you, and we were just nervous that he was gonna do exactly what he did, and he did. He kind of just kept a good position, and I mean, his grappling was pretty decent. You know, it wasn't bad. His game wasn't that bad, and I don't want to talk shit the whole time to a guy who I didn't even say a word about, or a word to, sorry. But I wasn't happy with it, and I would love one of our other fighters to fight him and get that win back for us at the weight class that this kid should have been at in the beginning.
Awesome. Well, I hope he definitely takes it. You know, if Bill can't get, I would imagine Bill wants to get that matchup, and you want it there too,
yeah.
with all the fans that you get there, man, dude. So, man, you know, you got 300 people there with a bunch of your fighters there. This guy's fucking flipping you guys off, man. He's, you know, he
pumped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably had 50% of the show. Well, I don't know how many people we had there, but we had like so many fucking people there.
He definitely had something going on, man. He was making probably double that $700 for in some kind of bet or some kind of something. You know, so
yeah, I don't know why he would even. Maybe he just wanted to like fucking. Maybe he just wanted to just have as much advantages as possible in his fucking tool belt before he took the fight, or I don't know. But it didn't seem right to me. It didn't sit right with me. So that's going to be our next fight. Is George Demers versus. I don't even know the dude's name.
Excellent, man. We don't have to mention him here,
I guess it doesn't fucking matter, right?
Hey, hopefully he gives me some money. I'll interview him and give me a couple $100. I'll interview you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
dude, fucking unbelievable.
Hey, Connor, am I gonna see you anywhere? And you gonna go to any cards, or you know, we got some stuff going on as far as jiu-jitsu matches here and there coming, but. Are you going to be out there active, or are you going to be more staying in the gym, you know, coaching your fighters? Even though you get a broken wing there, man, are you going to still?
Yeah, I'm. Today's my first day back in the gym. Actually, I'm here right now. I don't know if you can see here. I just kind of just locked down everything. I actually, believe it or not, well, you know, I was gonna say this has to stay between us, but it's fucking.
What do you mean? Wait a minute. Stay. What do you stay between us? We're live. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. That's what I saw. Yeah. So believe it or not, I was fucking coaching today. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Don't tell my mom or my surgeon or.
Hey, dude. In all honesty, I mean, I could see you in another month in a sling. I've seen the Gracies over there, you know, training with. Arms in the sling and stuff like that, just to seeing if they can pull it off and they can tap out their purple belts and shit like that, man.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, well, you know, honestly, dude, it's like, you know what? For me, like, I could sit inside and just fucking do nothing all day, but it's not my arm. I don't care about it. It's my mind, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I gotta take care of the mind, and I gotta do shit. I gotta see the fucking people that I see all the time. That, you know, and just keep my routine going, and that'll be, you know, that'll help out a lot. You know, I still can't like drive or anything yet, or I'm not supposed to, until Friday when I get this thing off. So we'll see how it goes. Today was my first day. I've been, you know, maybe. I was just here for like an hour and just show like something just really, really simple today that I don't have to use this thing at all.
You're out of your mind, man. It's in you. You can't stop, man. Dude, seriously, take care of that. I mean, you know, Tyson's probably going to be yelling at you down. You fucking put that thing in a sling or whatever, man. But, dude, all the power to you, man. You're a beast. You know, just watching you in there. And, last thing before, you know, I let you give your shout outs, dude, when I watched, you know, the fight from, the stream from, your guys, right? I had no idea you broke your fucking arm or anything like that. So I put a post, hey, congratulations. Gotta bury on your win. One fight closer to the next step, because, you know, in the interviews we talk about it's you know, it's not so much who you fight, and it's them wins that you have to accumulate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of just getting to the next level.
Yeah,
you know?
and I said that. I make a post, oh, you got that one, we're on our way. And then I fell asleep. I went to bed. I wake up in the morning, and I see this fucking, the comment. It's like, dude, I broke my arm. I need surgery. I'm like, but you were saying, like, it was already out there. You already put it out there. But
yeah.
I didn't know that. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, I felt like, oh, shit. but then I continue to throw up your video in like 7 different positions and fucking shit.
Oh yeah. Man, that was awesome, dude.
Good stuff, man. All the power to you, man. Connor, you're a great guy. You're a beast. We know that. You're a great fighter. And man, I hate that it happened to you, man, but everything happens for a reason. You're gonna be you're gonna be on the sidelines helping your fellow partners and you know your kids out there, man.
Yeah,
so
100%, brother, 100%.
And I'll be,
you know, it's good for me too. Anyways, you know, like we make our money through coaching and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I'm lucky enough that I can do just martial arts, dude, and like, you know, personal training, like lifting, like the stuff that I love to do, anyways, as a job. You know, it's really rewarding to me to be able to do something I'm passionate about for a living, you know, I think a lot of people aren't quite as lucky to do that, you know. Yeah, it's fucking awesome no matter what. I'm just, you know, the arm will heal, you know, I'll have the victory forever.
Next time I see you, I'll be taking a Shopee with me because I'm putting my fucking website right on that fucking thing, a big fucker, right?
Oh yeah, Steve. They fucking I didn't even tell you, dude, but they didn't do the surgery until Wednesday, so I had to. They kept pushing it off, and I wanted to make sure I got a specialist because it's like it's my career and shit in the line. So I didn't get it done till Wednesday. So every day I'd wake up, dude, and my arm was like hanging off on the side like this. And I'd just be sleeping, and I'd wake up and I'd look down and I'd be like, oh my fucking God, my arm. Oh yeah. And it wasn't necessarily really the pain. It just like was just gross.
Yeah, the look of it.
Like a question mark.
And
you're bent out to the side like that.
You're like, what was happening while I was sleeping? Like when,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Feeling like that.
Fuck,
yeah, but part of me was just expecting for me to like wake up and it would just be like a dream.
Straight.
You know, just like be all you're like, oh, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No, I wasn't.
Oh my man, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. All the
4
power.
days like that, like a question mark.
Yeah, I
Isn't
can
that
imagine.
wild?
I can imagine. Fuck that.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
And you can see like I still got this fucking bruising and shit on my bicep, all that shit.
Jude, man. All the power to you, brother. You're a beast. Hell of a job in there getting it done, man. Last thing, man. Throw whoever you want to say thank you to. Shout outs. I have your Instagram handle here, but anything else social media wise, as far as gyms and stuff like that, throw it out there.
Yeah, 100%. So Knights MMA is going to be the new thing, man. Me and my buddy Tom Kincaid started that like probably 4 months ago or so. We're building the school up. We're doing a really good job with it. We got a lot of awesome guys, a lot of awesome fighters, and we're planning on doing it as like a competitive thing. Like so we're really trying to focus on building a team of fighters, you know, and not necessarily just hobbyists. Like we want people that are gonna fight, you know, and it's super rewarding to teach all those guys. So Knights MMA, number 1. Defensive Edge is my home. Number 2, Rick Alper's been fucking awesome for me. Everybody here is incredible, dude. It's just a great environment to be in and to be part of. And then, you know, SLS Fitness, it's where I've been just working, teaching boxing and doing a lot of personal training and stuff. It has been super helpful for me. Just with kind of getting in the keeping my finances and stuff in order, and being able to just be a grown ass adult. Having like my adult job, I guess. Who else? Fucking that's just about everything. Friends, family, you know, if you're watching this and you think I forgot you, then I'm talking to you too.
All right, my man. Dude, great talking to you and catching up, man. And thanks for, checking in with us, letting us know how you're feeling, man. After next day, seeing that on you, man, our hearts dropped because we know that, you're reaching for that next goal, man. But, other things are on the horizon for you, man. So I can't wait to see what's next for you, man. And we'll bump into each other definitely in the next couple of months.
100%, brother.
All
Steve,
right.
great talking to you, man.
All right, my man. You have a great night, Connor, and we'll talk real soon.
You too, brother.
Later.
Blessings.
Awesome. Let me shut that off. Let me get that out of there. All that stuff. All right. I can't believe my Instagram's still going. Have we? I thought we were around like an hour or more. I thought Instagram only goes for an hour. But with that said, awesome show tonight. Awesome fucking show tonight. 3 great guests. This show, not that it matters for you because you're watching it right now, but it will be on YouTube in the morning, and it'll also be on Spotify and all the podcast sites, so you don't have to look at my ugly mug for the whole duration of this podcast. You could just hear my ugly voice during it. So with that said, thank you everyone for tuning in. Next week, I'm not sure of guests, but this Saturday night, I will be at NEF 44 in New Hampshire, checking out their Back in Black event. NEF is back, first card back since the shutdown. So with that said, check out New England MMA for all updates, play-by-plays by Travis Lazat. I'll have some post-fight interviews, some fight footage, a little stuff here and there. And that's my story. So I'll see you back here Wednesday, and I don't know who will be on, but it will be a good show, guaranteed. With that said, The Room Podcast, we out of here.